to me, they've been sort of let loose. It looks like they're much looser, sort of adapting to this online era of play, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they can keep it up. Heading on to Nuke, this should be a real barn burner. Heroic versus Astralis. Jumping right into this one, Hawker. Where are you siding with this one? Because it's so hard to call, but I think I'm going to edge it out to Heroic for me.
Yeah, I've got to go with Heroic. They've had a bit more time to work with this squad. They've got Hundem back on the server, and they're hoping they can make the most of that. We're getting underway into Nuke. Astralis starting on that CT side, and we've got some dualies in play.
Yeah, we do, but it's a double stack at ramp here for Astralis. Heroic looking to run it down. Bubsky trying to hold on. Glaive has come over to Hell to try and help out, but dupreeh, he's drawn first blood into this matchup. Tessus has been pulled out of play. And Heroic, they're going to leave Cadian in towards Hell, and they're going to drop off and kill elsewhere. And Cadian, he's starting to take his fight. He's caught between two players, though. It's a Danish sandwich, and Cadian's locked in between them. Zipex getting involved now with the dual Berettas. Magic has been cleared out of his position, but that's the bomb drop. Zipex has found the bomb, and it's dropped down the vent.
Stound's going to wait for this aggression, but he can't even get the first kill. Zipex closes it out, and those dualies do have some impact on the pistol round. I feel like so often we don't get to see them get into play to that extent, but Zipex comes through for his team. Heroic try and fake towards ramp early, and they do force the CTs back, but Tessus' drop alone doesn't work for him. Cadian gets caught in the back, and Astralis still had two CTs sitting sound on that A site. They're hoping that they can continue this strong start on Nuke.
Heroic coming out straight away. They're going to be pulling the Deagles into play. And Smokes, there's a two-player setup at Silo at the moment, looking to try and pressure outside. Glaive currently playing with the Scout. Oh, and he's decapitated Cadian at the start of this one. Great opening kill for Glaive.
Very nicely done. Clean headshot with the Scout. Precise as you would like him to be. Those Deags on the other side can be dangerous. You don't want to give them the chance to fire back at you. This is always a strong angle for dupreeh. It has been cleared, but it won't make a difference.
Yeah, dupreeh just holding the range against the pistols. And now Glaive trying to get involved as well. It's Tessus that has been dropped by dupreeh. He's chunked down low, 12 HP left, so it's susceptible to death at this point. But for Heroic, they haven't found too much here. Not a thing. And Maz is jumping out, trying to pick up some money. Gets the position of Stound, and Bubsky goes flying over the top of his crosshair. Shot in for Stound that lands. And now it's just Shush walking back into lobby. Around the corner is Magisk. And Shush is going to start walking into the crosshair that's waiting, but he's ready for it. And be able to pick up the kill, and Magisk gets the money. 2-0 start for Astralis. It's comfortable, it's clean, and it's not looking good for Heroic here on the economic side of things. So it should be another one coming Astralis' way.
Should be. And I think ahead of this matchup, I was really intrigued by what Heroic would pick. Because with Bubsky in the lineup, we've only seen Astralis play a couple of maps so far. They have played Nuke with him. We know they were trying to integrate Bubsky into the lineup on Nuke previously, and they've already played it at this tournament where they got a one-sided win against Extra Salt. So I was almost wondering whether Heroic would try and lean into another map, but they've decided to go with Nuke. It's not started too well for them.
Yeah, it's not started too well at all for Stound there. Gets caught out, but kill from Tessus up above, and now dupreeh. His turn outside to see if he can take down some of these Glocks. Still a Deagle in play on Shush. And Glaive trying to get involved with his Scout. Spotted the head and jumping players around the corner. And they're just taking their time. dupreeh looked pretty hot here on Nuke. We got to see him at the start of this tournament. There was keen eyes on whether or not he would be the player picking up that AWP. He certainly did on the CT side and was very strong with it in their opening game. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can keep that up against Heroic. He will have that ult battle against Cadian. And we've seen Bubsky picking it up on Vertigo as well. So it's been tossed around to try and figure out how they're going to play that situation now that Device is gone.
And despite that, though, dupreeh has basically the same AWP kills per round as Cadian so far for this tournament. They're on basically the same numbers. And Heroic also have their own capable double AWP setup with Stound if they want it. They've been rocking that a lot so far throughout this tournament. Right now, though, it's the AKs out for Heroic and a lot of early damage.
dupreeh is so far outside with this AWP. That position is risky, but he gets away. He gets in behind the smokes. And Glaive is taking damage as well. He's down to 11 HP. A fast and furious start from Astralis, and that is much looser. That is exciting. But they have given up Secret, and Refresh has taken that easily.
Lots of smokes used early by Heroic, but they still have flashes, they still have nades. But look at dupreeh, he's getting into the right spot at the right time.
Oh, and he's got Zipex as well to back him up, but he gets cleared out quickly. And now dupreeh needs to make the rotation down into the B site. Heroic are not coming that way, though. Instead, they go around to Hell. They've got Refresh down here that could cause some problems, though, for Astralis. You have got Bubsky on the stairway, and the headshot immediately landed onto Refresh. But as Gideon striking out, Glaive has been brought down, and a 4v3 versus what is definitely not looking good on the defensive side for Astralis. They've got to step up here, and Magic knows he can be pushed from two sides. Heaven is a weakness, in towards the lobby is certainly a play that could come through, and Magic is just trying to use the cover of the blue box. They come over the top, Down will be taken down, but Shush has already dropped and finds the trade kill onto Magic.
dupreeh with this orb is hoping someone strays into his crosshair, but there's nothing he can do about the bomb plant. And without the kit, this round win feels impossible. He's waiting, but I don't think it's going to come to him. And he doesn't either. He's going to have to fall back. Really nice round from Heroic, just with how much pressure they put across the whole map. I think this is the way they need to play against an Astralis squad who might not have all those timings nailed down with Bubsky. You saw in that round, Bubsky and Magus were playing A. As dupreeh does go down at the end. Nothing safe for Astralis. You see at the end there, though, Magus and Bubsky both playing A. Bubsky realizes they kind of have to try and go aggressive, but Magus wasn't in a spot to help him out. Only one of them pushes into lobby. They don't really get the chance to work together because Heroic had pressured both Yard and Ramp. That's just so much map control. Astralis feel like they have to get something back, and Heroic are ready for it.
A good round to reply with for Heroic. It has sent Astralis into an eco. They're not going to be purchasing up, and a quicker play out here for Heroic might be what Astralis wants. Some of these pistols catching them off potentially. Stown has taken damage. That Molotov gives away his position, and Bubsky over the top will happily take that AK upgrade. And now Astralis, they've got an AK to play with. Still not much around it. And they have lost that man advantage. They just taken down at the start of this one. So 4v4 will ensue. I'm interested to see how much damage Astralis can get out of this one. Heroic now realize what they're going up against.
Shoulder spotted by Cadian. AK or Bubsky would love to get a couple more kills. Definitely a player who's capable of having that impact. I like that Astralis are putting a couple of players with the USPs, with the pistols around Bubsky, so he can maybe just try and trade one of his teammates. He's even able to give a 5-7 over to dupreeh. Heroic really slowing this one down. 45 seconds remaining. They don't have many nades left, so it could get awkward clearing some of these close angles.
And Refresh is going to wrap into main, but Glaive... Oh, that should have been a free kill. But Glaive cannot get it. He cannot line up the shots, and Refresh, I don't know how, but he's only taken 6 HP damage. And now the rest of the Heroic squad starts to come in. It's Bubsky who had picked up that AK that is delivering 3 kills for Bubsky. Runs out of ammo, and Heroic, they can take a deep breath. That was definitely too expensive, and Glaive probably should have found that kill outside.
Yeah, you can see exactly what Astralis were trying to do there, though. Because Bubsky doesn't have Kevlar with that AK, just try and allow him to take fights and get the drop on his opponents, right? They're not looking at Bubsky, so he's able to just spray to the body, get a couple of easier kills. This one at the end here, though, as soon as Shush starts landing the shots, that aim punch is going to make your shots go all over the shot. But good damage from Astralis. Let's see if they can keep it up now that they've got the full guns out.
Well, the smoke's outside, and Glaive, he's going to spam through. He's so close, but no cigar for Glaive at the start of this one. And it will be Heroic who actually draw first blood into round 6. Glaive is the man taken out of the round. And Heroic, they've got a man lower as well. Good map control taken early on here for Heroic.
Yeah, it looked like Astralis just wanted to counter that play Refresh made in the previous round, where he got that pressure lurk down secrets. They try and fight it somewhat aggressively, but Heroic are one step ahead of them. They've just got Tesses looking in above, something that Astralis aren't ready for. That allows Heroic a clean man advantage and plenty more options available to them because Yard is fairly open.
Zipex has the window to play with, but he's been caught. Luckily, Major stepping up with a 2K. Tesses and Refresh will both going down, and Magisk is going to change up his position. He gets closer. It's down in Gideon looking to come around the corner, and it's one more for Magisk. That's huge. 3 kills. Finally taken out of the round by Gideon. Oh, and Shush has got into hell. Gideon with the pickup, though. A follow-up kill for him. And dupreeh, he's under a lot of pressure here. Shush is coming over to try and stop the rotation down, and Gideon has already gone to the B site. So Shush should be spotting dupreeh. Finally will spot his head, and it's the headshot in behind for Heroic's 3rd round.
Shush had heard dupreeh drop down to the site there, so as soon as they get that other kill, they know they can go straight down to B with the bomb. They know that Shush is in a position to cut off that rotate. A couple of Astralis players getting caught off guard in some of these spots, though. Magisk did a really solid job on the hold. He himself made noise, so they were hard clearing that close left corner, but he still did a great job at getting one more kill out of that situation. But unfortunately for Astralis in the 2-on-2, it's Heroic who had the info, and now they've got a fast play.
Yeah, this is more like a test. It's out with the MAC-10 this time, but gets taken down by Glave's P250. Luckily, Shush picking up the rest of the scraps, and dupreeh gets overrun outside. Usually, his deagle is deadly, but refresh gets out of play. It's Magisk now under a good bit of pressure, spots the bomb and gets the kill. Too many players to really follow up with, though. And that does leave Glaive alone. And around for Heroic. Again, they lose a couple of members. As long as they make sure that 3 stay alive here, I'll be relatively happy with that. If you take a look at their money, though, because there has been consistent damage being done by Astralis, 2K on Tessus, $750 right now for Stown. You would like to get a little bit more money into the bank if you're Heroic, and certainly saving 3 more players here would do that.
Here comes Glaive, not checking the right angle, though. Refresh getting a couple more kills on the board. We're starting to see the way Heroic want to play early on Nuke. I think they are going to be pressuring across the whole map, trying to see if they can fluster Astralis, trying to see if they can just put pressure everywhere and make it hard for Astralis to predict them, hard to rotate, hard to pick those spots. I wonder if we see any CT aggression from Astralis, though, because this new look roster is much more willing to battle it out sometimes, to go for those pushes. And if Heroic are going to be defaulting a lot, that could be the way to try and counter them.
Oh, good outside utility coming in for Heroic. They're going to try and run it again down into Secret. Glaive is going to have to let this go by. He hasn't spammed through this time. He hasn't done damage. And they just have to realize they've conceded that option. But Glaive right through the smoke just the final second. Takes Shush out of the round. So Heroic, they may have Secret control, but they've lost the bomb at the top of the Secret stairs. And they're going to have to go back and get that. Look at
Astralis. Yeah, Astralis have already rotated 2 down to B. Just buying that time gives them that ability.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. So much time wasted. And a great start for Heroic, but Astralis just getting bombed down there puts them in a real rough spot. Heroic still have time to play with, though.
Definitely look to make the most of that. Only a couple of players down Secret. Still some on the upper side of the map. Astralis with that man advantage. Don't need to go for any aggression. Zipex has been left alone towards B now, though. Player at ramp is somewhat close by, but if this door swings open, we could get a fight any second.
Zipex is ready for it. Comes down to the decon play. Will he be looking the right way at the right time? And he turns around. Tessus taking the headshot. The teammate distraction was enough to allow it. And now Stown, he's lurking up on the upper side. They know about this potential, and they get the kill. Damage done into Refresh, but he's still walking. He may be a dead man walking, but he's still around. And Heroic have pulled it back. It's Tessus that's got that equalizer, and Refresh now pushing on to the AWP. He's looking to find dupreeh, and 9 seconds left. That bomb is not going down right now for Heroic. And it's looking rough for them as Bubsky just holds down the lower site. It's Astralis who locked himself the equalizing score of 4. We've got a close game at the start of this first half.
Just looked like Heroic got a little bit lost with how many positions Astralis had rotated into. They were trying to fight aggressively to help that bomb be planted. They were trying to fight off ramp so that they could force Astralis away and maybe get that bomb down. But Bubsky was able to just sneak down the vents through those flames. And that was a really heads-up play from Bubsky. You know, it's a slightly risky one, going that aggressive, but it's late in the round. He gets down in time. And once he denies that bomb, there's nothing that Heroic can do. There was too little time left on the clock. But the way Heroic are playing is clearly a stressful style to deal with. And I think you are seeing that with how some of these rounds are starting to play out now. Astralis have got to make sure those rotations are always on point. You always have to be ready for players lurking across the map. You really can't afford to have a lapse of judgment for a second, or you might get caught off guard.
Astralis' money's not looking that pretty, though. Of course, Zipex only on the scout coming into this one. The rest have got rifles to play with. Utility is solid enough. 2 kits, so keep note of where the defuse kits go. For Heroic, again, it's the heavy outside execute. The utility being dumped there. Different variation than they've been throwing. Thrown this twice, I believe, so far in this half, and it's refreshed down into Secret again. He gets that quite consistently, and now they should be ready for this play from Tessus up on top of main.
Oh, Dupree isn't ready, though. He was looking for the gap in the smoke. Instead, Tessus takes him down from above. And those smokes early from Heroic are so solid that you never know how many players have crossed down Secret. So you kind of have to watch both Secret and Yard. You have to be worried about both positions. And Glaive, we know he's good at getting kills through those smokes. He nearly got one there, but Heroic get away.
Yeah, and that would have been a fantastic start to the round to pull it back into 4v4. Look at Astralis. They've got players in towards Hut. They've taken that control back, and even if Heroics decide to wrap around Heaven into the A site, they will still have to deal with that Hut push. The amount of players they've got in there right now, but Refresh is down still on this lower side. Zipex is aware of the possibility, and here comes the play from Heroic. They're going to pinch her on his position, and Zipex, I do not envy him right now. He's about to go down. He's not been able to pick up anything. Unlikely to do so with that scout anyway. But it's Glaive down here that could cause problems. The bomb still has to pass him. He's the gatekeeper to the B site, but he's been drawn away just at the wrong time. And Tessus gets the kill. It's Heroic looking brilliant in this round. And Astralis that surely has to just save their weapons, but that might not just come in to happen. Astound is holding for the push into lobby, as is luckily getting the trade out. It is just the AK for him, and Heroic go into the lead.
And it's the same similar style from Heroic. A lot of it stems from the Yard control. A lot of it stems from either getting down Secret or wrapping through Yard and then having players hold other positions. Magisk even gets traded out at the end there. He's been looking pretty good individually, but it's not been good enough for Astralis so far. They go around down, and their money isn't in great shape. I think for Astralis, we might have to see them fight a bit more aggressively on Yard in some rounds. Maybe you try and just put players down Secret preemptively, just to slow Heroic down slightly. Because right now, with Heroic spreading across the map like this, there's just very few options for Astralis. It kind of just feels like Heroic are dictating the pace in most of these rounds, and Astralis are having to react to it.
Kadia blows out the door. It's an aggressive play into ramp here from Astralis. Stown has to be ready for the push. The flash in, ineffective. And Stown with the opening pick. Coming in for Heroic. It has to be frustrating as well for Astralis at the start of this game, because you always feel like you're in it, you're hanging on by a slight thread, but that thread's been pulled now, and Heroic have themselves a great chance to start building up rounds in this first half and really solidifying a lead. Stown getting pressured alongside Tessus. That's beautiful. Showing his spray control. We've seen what he can do when he's holding down mouse 1. He's looking for a little bit more just to style on these pistols. He's having fun getting those kills. Coming in early. Magisk getting one before going down. It's 6-4. Heroic are up and in control, but the money starts to come back in here for Astralis.
If Heroic wanted to be really annoying here, Dinko, if I were them, I'd be thinking about just throwing an A rush in there, because they just haven't gone for that too often so far. It's been all about the Yard plays, all about the Yard smokes that have been opening up the rounds for them. I do think an A rush at some point could be something that's unexpected from Astralis' perspective, but at the same time, what Heroic are doing right now is working, so maybe they don't need to switch it up.
Yeah, this outside execute's been working for them. Glaive is going to try and throw a little bit of a spanner into the works for them. He gets aggressive towards outside this time, fighting red, but there's just too many players, and Glaive goes down. Something I noticed that Astralis are doing in their first matchup here on Nuke at DreamHack Masters was getting Dupree down in towards the secret stairs, right? He was doing a good bit of ulting from that position. That could be something that foils the plans here of Heroic in terms of this outside play, because they have just been getting refreshed down there pretty much every round.
And it's what's been opening up these rounds. Bubsky back up the ladder, wins that fight against Down. back to a 4v4, back to even numbers. But Cadian is closing in on that position, and the nade's gonna do it.
Oh, that's perfectly placed there by Shush, and Bubsky's out of that. Man advantage yet again for Heroic, and Zipex knows he has to step up. He knows he has to be the player that delivers. He's changed up his position. Cadian not ready for that one, but he hears the rest of the squad coming, and they might just walk right into a trap that is laid for them. Magisk and Zipex taking this one down. It's just Shush left, dropping down into the vent. 40 seconds left. Has got the bomb on his back. But Astralis is the 3v1, so they can play together. They will concede the plant. Shush has to pull off what'll be an incredible 1v3. I don't think Astralis will let this one slip. Close to 1 kill, but there's so many players nearby. 2 from Decon. Shush has got the right read. He's looking at the right spot, and he's got a double kill. Now looking for one more. Dupree stands between him, and Shush is in with a huge clutch. A great start to the Danish derby, and a huge play from Shush.
They know exactly where he is. They have him trapped behind a silo. There's only one spot he can be in, so it has to be headshots. And Shush gets away with it. He realized he needed to drop down the vents to begin with. Initially knew that the B site was going to be open, and then just a little slow on this trade. May just go slightly slower. Shush is allowed a bit more time to adjust, and that early damage done onto Dupree allows him to kill that softened up player at the end there. Everything going right for Heroic right now. That's a heartbreaker for Astralis, because after losing a round they should have won, they have to go down to pistols.
Yeah, Alex, I feel a little bit silly about saying that Astralis shouldn't let that one slide, but he comes in, he gets the round win, and you can't say anything about that. Fantastic stuff from Shush early on here. 3v4 though, Astralis have come back with a bite in round 12. You may have the weaker weapons, they may have the deagles, but there's still a man to the good, and they have found Shush alone, isolated from the pack. You definitely don't want to stray away from the rest of your pack at all. And Tessus and Stown trying to recover what would be a disaster at this point after such a huge play in the previous round to go up against these pistols and drop against them in this fashion. Just be heartbreak for Heroic, and Stown is going to start making his way forward. He's alone right now, trying to pressure that window room. Bubsky has just changed up his position, so neither player getting the info there. Stown is going to go back up, and now it's the playmaker. It's Tessus in with a headshot. Stown has found Glaive as well. They pulled it back into the 2v2, but it's a solo play into the A site from Tessus, and has been caught out by Magisk. And now Stown looking for the 1v2. 2 players in front of him. Can it be another clutch here for Heroic to start things off? They picked up an AK in the hands of Bubsky, and he's got Kevlar. Magisk, 13 HP, but you still have to deal with the issue of Bubsky. So you have the info maybe, but Magisk has looked away, and Stown has got the window. He slipped on through. They have no idea, but Magisk in behind finally spots him out. It's a nightmare here for Heroic, and the pistols bite back from Astralis.
Magisk is still going strong too. He's had so many multi-kills throughout this game, and we are seeing the adaptations from Astralis. This was a round where they only have the pistols. They realize that yard play has been a big problem, and they just go aggressive. They just say, you know what, we've got a bit of freedom in this round. We can afford to take the risk and just take some of these early fights. Just take that yard play away from Heroic early. They were trying to do that in the previous round with just Glaive, but this time there's more backup. They win a couple of those early fights, and it's actually an Astralis timeout taken after that round win. Maybe a bit hyped up after that one.
Yeah, especially because now they've given themselves another chance, right? You lost the clutch that should have been your opportunity to get comfortable on this CT half. You come back and you get a round off the deagles. You can't afford to throw this opportunity away. You can't let Heroic just come back in and win this next round. So Astralis, they know what's on the line in front of them here. And money is once again not pretty. Same can be said for quite a few players over on the Heroic side, though. Is it a quick play here from Heroic? They blow open the door. Utility at the ready and refresh. He's running right out. Magisk is going to be under pressure. He's blinded. The kill comes in, but it's a trade out from Bubsky. We're even, but it turns into the ramp fight, and Zipex holding on. The Org spraying away. He's got a double kill. Now under pressure. Zipex trying to hold, but Shush gets rid of him. It's now a 2v3. Astralis hold the advantage.
Dupree is ahead of them on that B site. So that limits the open options for Heroic. They're kind of trapped in this ramp area. Astralis have every single spot covered off. So once one of the Astralis players spots Heroic, they can start to respond. They can start to react. Shush just looking back, making sure they're not getting flanked, but they will go down to B, where dupreeh is waiting for them with that AWP.
He's got to play his position very well here with the cover. He's got to isolate these fights and turn them into 1v1s. And dupreeh, he finally gets his chance, but it's a missed shot. It rings out, and they know the AWP's back there. How are they going to deal with him? How are they going to flush him out? Time taken, smoke up. That makes things a little bit more uncomfortable for dupreeh. He now realizes a couple more angles come into play. A few more to worry about. Flash out, they play together, they group up, they try and make this trade impossible, and dupreeh doesn't get the kill. Well played there from Heroic. With 24 seconds left, the ramp play they're ready for it. Shoots in with a headshot. Bubsky's rotated down. He's playing from decon. He could spoil the party, but they know exactly where he is now. Running forward into the site, tries to deny, but Tesses from double door will land his kill. 8 rounds for Heroic. And again, it's just these late rounds are being played to perfection by Heroic.
Shush and Tesses are playing so well right now. Shush is up to 17 kills. A lot of them coming in these late round scenarios, in rounds where Heroic needs someone to basically bail them out. What an upgrade he's been for this lineup. He's been fragging really well for the squad, coming into the team. I think pretty much everyone was agreeing that he's going to be a pretty solid pickup, but he has that star ability sometimes. We're seeing that come through here, and now Astralis are the ones looking worse for wear into round 14.
Oh, well, it's Magisk with a good start in this one. Down is down. And a man advantage in play for Astralis. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier on. It's dupreeh at secret, but he's missed a shot. And I don't know if you can miss shots against Tess as much. It's a quick headshot. And Tessis is so quick following up on Glaive as well. 2 kills in for Tessis early. And Heroic, they've been given a fantastic start into this round. So much map control. And Astralis, they must just feel suffocated.
Magisk has taken some control back into lobby. That's the common response when you lose yard. But Heroic can start to sneak all the way into ramp. Just making the most of the map control they have. Now that they're up to a 4-on-3, they're sticking together, focusing on those trade frags, and there's no one properly committed to the B site right now.
Yeah, and the closest weapon is an MP9 in the hands of Zipex. So not looking great right now for Astralis in this one. Heroic lock in the bomb plant and look to lock in the round. As Astralis don't have so much money heading into the next one. They've got an M4 and an AK, and that to me looks like a nice little save there, Hawker.
That's what you got to go for at this point.
Up as well.
Yeah. Gotta love that. Not loving the scoreline, though.
No.
Yeah, it feels like Astralis are trying to make the right adaptations, though. That is a positive. It's just the way it's worked out. I think individually, they've just missed a couple of those moments where they've had the chances. You know, there was the round earlier where Glaive tries to fight yard aggressively. Doesn't work out for him. Now dupreeh tries it. He's missed a couple of shots, unfortunately. And Tesses instantly punishes.
Doesn't miss,
of course. Ooh, hello.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that is going to be frustrating for dupreeh, right? He's close to getting it. You just about miss with your... And this Tess is immediately just snapping your neck right in half. He's been doing that quite a bit.
The upside is they are making the adaptations. The downside is they're just not working right now. Let's see if round 15 is one that Astralis can win, though. Last round of the half, Heroic go for the full AKs for a fast play.
This is really quick refreshes out in front. He's going to fall, though. Bubsky does well to get one, but it's Magisk who was needed, and they know how to deal with that. Heroic trade out evenly. It will be a 3v3 post plant for Astralis. They have to pull off the retake, and Zipex goes down. The bomb hasn't even been planted yet, and Heroic is still favored into this one. Oh, Tess says, good headshot. Smokes up as well, and that'll isolate Glaive. He's completely alone. He's severed off from the chance into the A site. With so much time left for Heroic, they can actually just afford to do whatever they want into this one, and they've decided they want to go B.
Cadian's not even gone with him. He's just going to watch the top event, but Glaive's coming down.
He's made the right call. That big brain from Glaive has allowed him to get into the B site. No kit right now on the back of Glaive, though. It will be a battle of the in-game leaders. Cadian coming into it. Must hear the tap, but does he run it? Does he go fast? And Glaive trying to pull him into the open. And no scope from Glaive. That is fantastic. That gets a 6th round for Astralis. It was an uphill battle the whole way through. It is Heroic that will go into the lead in the second half. We'll see how they start and fare into the second.
feel like you could really feel that that was a challenge for everybody, and that it felt like a victory over big, which is something to be proud about anyways, would have been, you know, even made that much more significant. So congrats for surviving that shake up, that tornado out of nowhere. And now that things are a little bit stable, obviously you have another challenge ahead of you. It's this fresh-faced Astralis with Bubsky on the roster. Has Astralis's form at DreamHack Masters Spring surprised you? Did you expect for them to look this good this quickly?
I would say it didn't really surprise me. I think they have, even though they lost Device as their star AWPer, I think everyone on that lineup has a ton of experience and they are still really strong players. So it didn't really surprise me that much. I would say Bubsky impressed me. He have played 2 really good matches for them here at the Master Spring tournament. So yeah, they look good for sure.
Well, listen, man, you know, Cadian specifically, and just I'd say Heroic by extension, are a bit of a story of kind of the upsets and the underdogs, and to see you guys survive another test here and another challenge on an outside circumstance, I think is just another argument as to why Heroic is one of the best teams in the world right now. So just good luck, man. You've got Astralis ahead of you. It's a good old Danish derby. Everybody loves these kinds of matches, and we look forward to them. Best of luck, Stown. Kick some ass out there.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the second half. This is the clutch that closed it out. Glaive coming in, stepping up huge. Closing it out in fashion that just not many expected. This no-scope onto Cadian showing that Glaive can all. It's not just the memes on Twitter, Hawker.
Absolutely. No scope at the end onto Cadian. Salvages a 6th at the half for Astralis. Now they head into their T side, and I'm definitely keeping my eye on Bubsky. He's been so key in those opening duels. Blair pointed it out on the desk. Let's see if he can keep it up here against one of the best teams in the world.
Donating out to Tor. Currently Glaive going up on top of Silo, and Astralis is sending quite a few players down towards Secret. But Glaive, look at the position he's already got. And Shush, he knows that there's players in below him. Good headshot onto Glaive. I'll start things off. Well, good start to the proceedings for Heroic, but Cadian now spots them coming down Secret. There is a lot of action going all over the place right now, and Astralis looking to try and get onto the B site. Magisk has been fantastic so far, 20 and 11, locking in that bomb plant. And the 2 remaining teammates of Astralis join them on the ramp. So Astralis have got themselves into the 3v4. They've got the bomb planted. It is Heroic who currently stand with the man advantage into the retake attempt, and Magisk might just go down here. Refresh. He's worth some shots, though. He hasn't been able to pick it up, and finally he will.
Oh, and close range, Zipex still gets caught out. It's Dupree sitting in dark, but they're going to clear him. 2 quick headshots, but a quicker trade from Refresh, making sure no shenanigans can happen at the end of the round. They have too many players to let Dupree get away with that. And despite the bomb plant, it's Heroic who find double digits on the retake.
Fantastic start for them into the second half. Cadian, the MVP of that one. And Astralis, he did get the bomb plant, which generally does mean a force buy is a possibility. We'll see if they go for it. I like that Dupree was trying to play down here. You see how ready they are for him, though, and he still steps up. So incredible stuff there from Dupree. And a tactical timeout for Astralis. There's only 1 left. That's pretty wild right now for Astralis.
It's a big decision here for them on their T side. They go for the force buy and lose it. They fall very far behind. they just save one, then they can get a gun round out sooner, but puts a lot of pressure on that gun round. So I like the timeout taken. I think this is a pretty important swing round, a pretty important moment to decide what you are going to do. It's going to shape the rest of the half for you. They're having a discussion, seeing if they think they can get away with the force buy.
It definitely felt like Astralis were fighting an uphill battle that entire first half, right? They never really got comfortable on the economy side of things. Here they go. Force buy is up. Magisk out in the Galil. Bubsky following suit. Deagles, P250s, and MAC-10s for the rest.
A lot of early utility on Yard, but there's only one man following it through. Glaive is the man to drop the smoke, but he goes down early. Stown gets him straight through.
Now the play into the A side. Shush will be tested. He's going to hold on, but only one kill for him from the rafters. It is Refresh now atop Hunt that looks to undo the work of Astralis. And he's done a pretty good job at halting that attack into the A site. Magisk and Dupree now dropping back and running into ramp.
Oh, this is quite clearly plan B for Astralis after their initial idea has gone against them. Heroic decide to go for some aggression, taking away the lobby control. Magisk is here to meet them, but Refresh wins the duel. And now Dupree will just be hoping he can maybe get that bomb down on B, but there is an MP9 waiting for him.
Yeah, TeSeS is hungry. He's looking for it, and he's got his kill on Dupree. 11 rounds for Heroic. Fantastic step up there from TeSeS, just patiently waiting. I thought he was going to really wait until you let a little bit of hope slide into Dupree, right? You let him start tapping the digits in on the bomb, and then you take it away from him. But I guess TeSeS he's nice enough, right? It's a quick, swift death, no suffering for Dupree. When we come into this round, Astralis did not win their force bite, so they go to the deco.
It's a shame for Astralis that round too, because if Glaive doesn't die at Yard, then maybe there is more of a reaction from Heroic. But I think once they get the one kill through the smoke, they're much more comfortable. We're already seeing a start from TeSeS quite early into the round. He's been feeling it today.
Yeah, Heroic have been going for some of these crazy fast plays, right? Even on the T side, some explosions out with the SMGs. Really exciting counter-strike coming in from Heroic. It's just Magisk and Bubsky left alone. You do want to see the money come out for Astralis sooner rather than later, right? Because already it's up 12 rounds for Heroic. It is their map pick. Astralis are no slouches here on Nuke. They have performed well on it already here at DreamHack Masters. They would not want to go down early on this badly. They're not getting anything in this round. It looks to be clean for Heroic. They look to keep every player alive. That just looks to spoil the fun. Again, you can't really talk about how good he's been so far. You know, you're 11-6 down, about to be 12, and he's 21-13. 123 ADR. He's had a good individual performance, but you won't be too happy that you're behind here. And he gets flanked behind. Some extra money for TeSeS. 12 rounds locked in for Heroic.
Heroic have a bit of extra money in the bank. We'll have a look to see if they want to upgrade these weapons, or maybe if they want to go aggressive. I mean, the MP9 of TeSeS has definitely got options here on the CT side, so he's happy to stick with it. They'd rather keep cash in the bank, which I think is a good decision for Heroic. Leaves them with a buffer, even if they were to lose this round. As for Astralis, they do not have that same luxury, Dinko. They kind of need to win this one, and TeSeS is going to go down secret early with that SMG.
Yeah, good flash lineups. You can run on the fly, gets down into secret. They should be aware of the possibility of him being down there, but it's more one thing being aware and one thing being able to deal with it. And TeSeS, he's going to run all the way through secret and back down into ramp. So he's had a lot of running in this round. He's got his steps up on his Fitbit.
Wow. Heroic are now rotating 3 players towards Yard, maybe trying to fight that aggressively. I think the smokes will deny them, and it's going to be up to the Deeg of TeSeS.
And Astralis are going to start running down TeSeS. He's got Cadian beside him. Incendiary coming in as well. That utility will really set back Astralis and force them into the lobby play.
Flash for info, that's great. They know Yard is clear now. They can start to maybe rotate some players back to A in time. Problem is, Astralis are going Yard, but Stown still has eyes on this position.
Yeah, he will be able to get this information quickly. Gets away and stays alive. Yet to die for either side here. No one's been dropped off the server with 35 seconds remaining in play. It certainly gets interesting into these final few moments about how this crunch is going to play out for Astralis. Which side do they decide to go to? Right now, Heroic are ready for the A play, but B might just be the right call. They're going to run down Secret, sprinting forward, in fact.
They've got the lurker. They've got another kill. Heroic with 2 early frags, and now they can afford to give up B, but they don't want to. Cadian drops down the vents. In comes TeSeS, long-range MP9. And Magisk has been having a great game so far, but even he can't win this one. Heroic just out of nowhere win all those fights. What an explosive round.
Just the constant adjustments coming in for Heroic. We watched TeSeS from the beginning of the round run to Secret, back into ramp. The information plays outside. They just have so much control. And then in the final few moments, Astralis tried to run it down into Secret, but they just get picked apart. Another tactical timeout coming in for Astralis. How deep does their strat book go now? This roster have not been playing together for a long time. And the role shifts, obviously, there's going to be a missing player, a missing X factor that we generally talk about, and you can't really emphasize enough, right? The fact that Device does get you out of holes in these situations. They used to look to him to have these big hero plays on that AWP, right? Those star plays could get you over the line and turn something like this around. They don't really have that right now. They've got to dig deep.
Yeah, you really do look to Magisk, Bubsky, and Dupree now to be the big 3 in terms of fragging on this team. And the nice thing about having Device on the lineup was he was the consistent one that you could always rely on, or at least almost always rely on. Now they may not have that same aspect to their game, but they've got a buy, and they've got an AK in the hands of Glaive. This time it's him getting aggressive and putting the pressure on early.
Yeah, Glaive has hit that opening kill, Katie, and he's missed the timing. They've got players down there, but the issue is the bomb is still back. It's still at red. Magisk is going to go for the smoke off. Refresh holds off. The play into the B site not working, and Magisk has been dropped. That's the bomb down outside for Astralis. They may be able to find the opening kill in the round, but quickly pulled back by Heroic. And Cadian looks to be their nemesis yet again. Holding outside. Holding the crosses. The time will take on. Still over a minute left in play, and Astralis are down too many members. You've still got the AK. It's in the hands of Zipex now. They've got to figure out how they're going to get that bomb back. It's dropped in the open. I'm watching for it, though. So they should be able to pick it up. They don't know that, though. So they have to spend time trying to grab it.
Finally got that bomb back into their hands, but as you pointed out, it's cost them a lot of time, and Cadian may have heard those steps going towards Secret there. I think he should have an idea. There could be players coming down to B. Either way, Refresh is there ready and waiting. Zipex is hoping he can cut off the rotate down vent, but there's always a chance Refresh just shuts this down alone.
Especially because Glaive is so low, and they also have 2 players currently playing from ramp, so they can make a very quick rotation down into the B site here, Heroic, and that's why they're going A. They're running up into the A site, and this could work for Astralis and gives them a chance. They're going for the plant, they'll lock it in. Great call in the late round. Gideon is holding the cross, but Bubsky's not walked into his crosshair just yet. They're waiting for a mistake to come through, and there it is. Finally, Glaive gets aggressive. Gideon gets his kill, and Heroic are up 2 men into this retake attempt. They're looking to try and pull the kills back. It's Zipex and it's Bubsky. AK still in play, still a chance here for Astralis, especially when that can happen. Zipex coming in with a double, and now TeSeS and Shoes trying to get back in. It's a headshot for Shoes. He silences Astralis again, but Bubsky looks to be loud. The defuse is coming in. He hasn't gone around the corner. He hasn't checked for this, and the round is going in favor of Heroic. 14-6. A valiant attempt towards the end there for Astralis, but it's just not to be.
Good to see those mid-round calls are still there for Astralis, but on this occasion, they don't really have the firepower to back it up. Even with that AK of Zipex doing what it could, it wasn't enough to win them the round. Especially Heroic, having these smokes for the retake really helps them. Bubsky never really got a chance to play the round. He was sat behind the smoke the entire time. And now it's the AKs out again for Astralis. They need to win a T-side round here. They are not able to do so far. This is where it's got to change.
Astralis taking their time at the start of this gun round. It's do or die time for them in this one. Lose this, money's gone again. Heroic up a map point. To lose this convincingly at the start of an important matchup. The winner moves through to the semis, the loser into the quarters. Well, it's confirmed, of course, but you want to get into the semifinals. And Gideon is looking to spoil their outside plans. He's got so aggressive, gets a shot, but Dupree comes back quickly with a headshot of his own.
It's advanced information, though. They've seen the yard smokes go down. They've got a player down secret already. So Heroic don't have to be concerned about that. They do have to be concerned about the rest of yard, though. They'll try and have a player rotate over to plug the gap. It's Tesses who was looking up towards heaven. Again, though, Astralis, very patient, but as this time ticks on down, Heroic might be the ones who are able to get the read on the situation. 32 seconds now.
Yeah, very limited time, very limited chances when it comes to the margin of error. It is minimal. And there's the play up from Stown. That's information on the Bubsky, but Tessus, he's going to be the player that could foil the plans of Astralis, but Magisk is quicker. The headshot landed. And now Shush inside of the site still has a teammate towards the back. It's Refresh with it all to do now. Oh, Refresh, that's huge! A 4K out of nowhere, and that is exactly what they needed. It's 15 rounds for Heroic, and Refresh just unleashes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that he gets away with it. Oh, Heroic looked like they were about to lose a round, and then Refresh comes through. This transfer onto two separate players and then down to the last man. Instant headshot against Zipex, against the clutch minister himself. Unreal.
You just look at that for Astralis and what can go right for them. They get every single pick going into the site, but it's just Refresh at the back alone that does everything. So many angles he had to fight.
That round had the shades of classic Astralis. Like, they just waited for the mistakes from Heroic, right? They waited for the over faces. That's not classic Astralis, though. Not getting clutched against like that.
That's unbelievable. And Gideon is going to try and pull things back here for Heroic. They were a man down at the start of the round, but the advantage just not lying in Astralis' hands for long. 4v4. Shush goes forward as Refresh, who continues to kill Astralis. He's up to 16 kills now, finding Bubsky. The time does start to tick forward, and Astralis finding themselves a man down again. What call can they pull out with limited utility? It's just a molly and a flash left. You've got Glaive in towards Secret, Magisk alongside Zipex in towards Lobby, but you've still got to walk through the setup of Shush and Refresh if you want to go in towards A. So it has to be the play to fight ramp. And Tess says he's been fantastic in this map so far, 24 and 12. This is not going to be an easy test to pass. In meantime, it will be Glaive walking his way through the lower side to get the info. Now they've got to go. There's limited time in Tess says. He's doing a good job at slowing them. He hasn't died yet, and now he's dropped down. He's found the ball. He's looking for his follow-up kills as well, but Magisk has hit the headshot. And he's going to throw the molly in behind him, trying to allow him to get down as Glaive jewels it out. With Gideon, he wins the fight, but not for long. He's burnt to a crisp. That molly holds them back for the meantime, but Magisk needs to deliver a huge clutch. He's got one already. Can he find Refresh? And no, he can't. It's Heroic that will take the win here on Nuke. Their map pick going their way in a very convincing fashion. It used to be a Danish rivalry, but right now it's Danish domination.